Hello, it's Oksana, and today I am very excited to tell you about this mascara from Prestige called My Waterproof Lashes, which I finally just got my hands on. I've heard really good things about this in terms of really staying on your lashes, not smudging or flaking or, otherwise ending up underneath your eye. And that is something that I have huge problems with. I'm talking like never ever have I tried any mascara that did not at least a tiny bit left some kind of marks by the end of the day underneath my eyes, whether it be little flakes or whether it be smudged. I always have problems with that. And so this is waterproof. I don't typically wear waterproof mascara because I'm a little bit nervous about it damaging my lashes. I've kind of heard some negative things, not about this particular one, but just waterproof mascaras in general. But I looked through the ingredients of this, and I don't think this is necessarily as hardcore as your typical waterproof mascaras tend to be. It didn't seem to have lots and lots of chemicals, and like I expected it to be like shellac or something like that, but it actually had a lot of natural waxes. It had either carnauba or candelilla wax. I can't remember which one. I always mix those two up, but it had one of those. It had beeswax, and it did have some non-natural ingredients, but it didn't seem horrible to me. Maybe there was something I missed. I didn't really look up every single ingredient in Skin Deep or anything, but just glancing over it, it seemed like, it was kind of a decent quasi, natural mascara. It didn't have parabens, I don't think. So it seemed like it had pretty decent ingredients, which surprised me. And I went ahead and I bought this from Ulta. I forget how much it was, but it's pretty cheap. It's definitely under $10. And here's what the brush looks like. It's just your typical brush. So there is some really good things about this mascara, and then there's some cons about it as well. Not like horrible, horrific things, but just minor imperfections. To me, overall, this is my favorite mascara right now. And I'm willing to overlook the inconveniences, like the things that are wrong with this that I'm going to touch upon are things that you can get past, whereas what is right with it is that it actually really, really stays on my lashes the entire day, and I don't get any smudging or flaking at all. I was amazed. Like, I was literally shocked when I looked in the mirror at the end of the day when I tried this for the very first time, because I expected at least like a little bit. I was just hoping it wasn't going to be as bad as usual with my other mascaras, and I looked and there was nothing, and I was like, are you serious? Like, this has never happened to me before, ever. I was so excited. And I haven't worn this a ton, so I really hope it's not a fluke and it doesn't like start to smudge on me. Maybe it was just like a good day that I had where I didn't get like it's really hot and humid out. Maybe I just didn't sweat as much that day, or I don't know. Although in the winter mascara smudge on me too, so it can be related to the heat. But I really hope that this stays this way. With mascaras, usually it takes me probably a month or two, closer to 2 months, to like truly love a mascara where I want to make a commitment to it, because I feel like they change so much as they start to dry up. The formula changes and you love it and then you hate it, or you hate it and then you love it. So this one actually I think is going to get a lot better once the formula of this dries up a little bit, because that's the one or one of the few problems of this mascara is that it's a very wet formula, and it just has like you can see there's a ton of product on the brush, and when you put it on your eyelashes, because it's a wet formula, you get just like clumps, or your lashes will stick together, like an extra large amount of mascara will apply and just stick your lashes all together. So I mean, it's not like horribly bad. You can just be kind of careful about it, and it's not a super big problem. I'm going to show you a demo so you can kind of see for yourself. But what I like to definitely always do with this mascara is use an extra, sorry, my hair is like really wild, an extra just empty clean mascara wand that I recycled from another mascara, and brush through my lashes after I've applied this, just to make sure that they're separated, remove any kind of clumps or anything like that. And honestly, that's all you need to do. It fixes the problem, so it's an extra step. It may take a little bit longer than, you know, mascaras that you don't have to do that with, but to me, this is definitely worth taking, you know, the extra 20 seconds and doing this extra step for the fact that this is, you know, really lasting and not smudging or flaking on me all day. And the other negative of this mascara, which ends up being, it's like a negative slash positive, because it dries pretty slowly. Like, we're talking probably a solid minute. So if you touch your lashes, like 20 seconds later, you're still gonna get mascara coming off on your finger. It dries slow. But it ends up being a good thing, because so you're applying it, you're trying to, you know, to get it nice and kind of separated, like least clumps you possibly can with the actual wand. Then you're done. Then you go back with this, and it's perfect because it hasn't dried up yet. So you actually can, you know, brush out any excess and separate your lashes with a clean mascara wand. So it actually ends up being a good thing that it dries slowly, because it allows you to do this. But yes, you have to wait, and if you're not careful and you just put it on and then you kind of, I don't know, blink too hard or something, it'll transfer. So once it dries though, it really stays put. And the other big thing for me, when you know, I read this is waterproof, was, oh my gosh, this is going to be impossible to get off at the end of the day, because I've definitely tried some mascaras that just don't come off your lashes, and they come off like with your eyelashes, and it's this huge struggle to take them off, and that is not something that I want to deal with, honestly. And so that was another big test, is removing it at the end of the day. And here's the deal with that. It is not bad. But it definitely doesn't come off very easily, especially with water. It doesn't come off at all with water because it's supposed to be waterproof, so it doesn't dissolve in water. But what I did, which is what I typically do when I take off my eye makeup, is I just take some oil. Right now I have argan oil, but just any oil. And I, you know, rub it in between my fingers, get a decent amount of oil, put it on my eyes, and just kind of rub it for a little while. Maybe let it sit there for a little bit. Kind of go over my lashes with my fingers, sometimes like lashes in between my fingers, you know, just making sure that they're coated with the oil. And then just rub maybe like 20 seconds, 20 seconds, just to help it dissolve. And then I take some kind of cotton swab, cotton ball, or what are those things called? The things I'm using now, they're cotton, but they're not balls, they're just like flat little things. So, cotton pads. Well, anyway, that's not the important part. And then I take one of those and I just wipe and wipe and get, you know, all the product off underneath as well. And that's it. It works perfectly with this mascara, just like, you know, it does with my non-waterproof mascaras. So the only thing is with the non-waterproof ones, sometimes I can get most of it off with just water and then just very quickly wipe it with the oil. With this one, I feel like you really need to just kind of rub, let it sit there for, you know, a few seconds, rub to really help it dissolve. But then it comes right off. It doesn't pull your lashes out, you know, there isn't any struggles. It comes off. So that's wonderful. And that is it. I'm just very happy about this mascara. So those are the pros and the cons. And now I'm going to show you a quick demo. I do have it on my lashes today. And now you get to see how it applies. Alright, so here is the brush. You can see there's quite a bit of, well, maybe you can't see, but there's quite a bit of product on the brush. And let me zoom in just a tiny bit more actually. There we go. So my lashes are curled. And I am just putting it on very carefully because it's so wet that you can get, you know, pretty large, not pieces, but, you know, pretty large amounts, blobs of it. And it'll make your lashes stick together, so just trying to avoid that. And this dries, as I mentioned, it dries so slowly. Oh, see that? Big piece there. So, oh, I just messed that up a little bit. Because it dries so slowly, you definitely have some time to brush through all of that. Any clumps or lumps or anything like that. So I'm gonna go back in with just a spare clean mascara wand. I don't really remember what this is from, but I am just gonna comb through, make sure my lashes are all separated, get rid of any little clumps. Alright, so that looks like, let me just clean up real quick. Alright, so here it is, kind of a before and after. So that was my demo and my review of this mascara. I hope that you enjoyed and this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!